Trump just launched a meme coin, and it looks like things are getting really weird. But what does this all mean for Bitcoin? Let's break it down. Trump made this tweet announcing his new meme called Trumpcoin. This is a token on the Solana blockchain, and he's basically encouraging all of his followers to buy some. And apparently, a lot of them already have, because reports are saying that Trumpcoin has already reached a market cap of $25 billion. And that's billion with a B, as in... And if you don't know what a meme coin is, basically it's a crypto token, usually built as a smart contract, and it has zero stated use case. It's basically the digital equivalent of printing out a bunch of dollar bills with your face on them and then selling them to the public. And anyone that knows me knows that I'm not a fan of meme coins, but let's get into why. Basically, the way meme coins work is that the people who create them will make like a bajillion coins for themselves and other insiders. Then they'll hype up the coins using celebrities and famous influencers, peddle them to unsuspecting crypto noobs, and once people start buying the coins, the insiders dump them onto the buyers and make tons of money in the process. Cha-ching! And the people who bought these meme coins thinking that they were going to go up in value because they were associated with some famous person, well, they almost always end up losing money.
I knew it was too good to be true.
A lot of people would call that a pump and dump, and it happens all the time. It's actually exactly what happened with the Hawk Girls coin not that long ago. And if we're being intellectually honest, it happens with more quote unquote serious altcoins as well. That's why Bitcoiners like me use the word shitcoin.
Would you classify Ethereum as a shitcoin?
For sure. It's the mother asshole from which the shitcoins spring.
And if we look at Trumpcoin, well, it looks like it's following a very similar playbook. On the official Trumpcoin website, they show the official coin allocation, and only 10% of the Trump coins are going to be available to the public. The rest are given to these different insider groups, which I have to assume include Trump and his team. And if I wanted to be cynical, I would say that the people that are going to be buying the 10% of the public coins are the future victims who are going to be pumping the price up with their hard-earned money. And all the insiders are going to be the ones dumping their coins on the public, making massive money. So is this a grift? Let's be real. Of course it's a grift. And I'm not saying that as president, Trump can't do other things that are good for Bitcoin, but let's call a spade a spade. Trumpcoin is a money grab, and just a few months ago would probably be considered super illegal. And the thing is, it looks like we're going to be seeing a lot more grifts like this in the near future. Right after Trumpcoin was announced, Trump suited up and hosted the first inaugural Crypto Ball, a $2,500 black tie event where he partied with a lot of the biggest names in Bitcoin and crypto.
We're live at the Crypto Ball, and the official Trump token just launched. People are going absolutely crazy here.
I'm so glad I wasn't there. What's really interesting is I have to imagine this party had to have been pretty Machiavellian, because the Bitcoin and crypto space is not some homogeneous bunch that a lot of outsiders think it is. It's actually split into a lot of factions that really don't like each other. And the main two factions are the Bitcoiners and the crypto bros. Bitcoiners like me understand that one of the most important things about Bitcoin is its neutrality. Essentially the fact that it treats everyone the same way. There are no insiders or elites when it comes to Bitcoin. And the crypto crowd? It's the exact opposite. Crypto people are always trying to create and promote products that are not neutral and that elevate themselves as the main beneficiaries. And it seems like both of these crowds were out in full force vying for Trump's good graces. Here's a picture of Trump and Brad Garlinghouse. If you don't know Brad, he's the CEO of Ripple, and it's one of the biggest cryptocurrencies outside of Bitcoin. And his co-founder, Chris Larsen, who is a major Ripple bag holder, is responsible for spending millions of dollars financing the Change the Code anti-Bitcoin campaign. And the reason why he financed that campaign is because by scaring people into thinking there's a problem with Bitcoin, he can more easily profit off those same people by selling them his cryptocurrency Ripple, which he literally got billions of for free as one of the co-founders. And again, this is one of the areas where Bitcoin highlights its neutrality. Unlike most cryptos where the supply was simply printed up from thin air and given to insiders, in Bitcoin, nothing like that happened. Bitcoin follows a predetermined monetary policy where a certain amount of new Bitcoin are created approximately every 10 minutes until the supply hits its limit of 21 million Bitcoin in the year 2148. And when these new Bitcoin are created, they're not given to insiders. They're given to the miner that put in the physical work to mine the block. The details about Bitcoin mining are out of the scope for this video, but the important thing to note is that it's a completely fair and open process. And it ensures that Bitcoin doesn't have different classes of participants like so many other cryptocurrencies like Ripple. But back to Brad here. He and a lot of other crypto people have been having a really hard time over the past several years because of this man. His name is Gary Gensler, and up until a few days ago when Trump fired him, he was the head of the SEC. And one of the things that he was doing as head of the SEC was enforcing legal actions against companies like Ripple for selling unregistered securities. It was his opinion that almost all cryptocurrencies, with the exception of Bitcoin, were securities. And if we look at the Howey test, which is a test that people use to determine if something is a security, then it's fairly difficult to argue that he's wrong. Let's walk through the Howey test together, comparing Bitcoin and crypto. Was there an investment of money? Yes. Anytime somebody buys a cryptocurrency, they're buying it with money. That includes Bitcoin, Trumpcoin, Ethereum, everything. Second, is there a common enterprise? With most cryptocurrencies like Ripple, Solana, Ethereum, and Trumpcoin, yes, there's a common enterprise that's issuing all of these tokens. With Ripple, it was the Ripple team. With Solana, it's the Solana Foundation. And with Trumpcoin, it's Trump and his team. And with Bitcoin, it's fundamentally different because there's no Bitcoin enterprise that's creating and distributing new Bitcoin. Again, the details are out of scope for this video, but just know that there's no Bitcoin enterprise like there is with all of these other coins. That just doesn't exist. Third, is there an expectation of profits? Just about every time somebody buys a cryptocurrency, there's an expectation of profits. Some people want to speculate on the short term, some people want to invest for the long term, but I don't think anyone's seriously arguing that the expectation of profits isn't a big reason why anyone buys Bitcoin or crypto. It's pretty straightforward. And finally, is the profit derived from the work of others? Basically, this is saying, is there a core group of people responsible for making the value of these cryptocurrencies increase? And again, at least for crypto, this is a clear yes. All of these cryptocurrencies have people who are in charge of doing the day-to-day work to grow them and keep them valuable. Vitalik Buterin is in charge of leading the team working on Ethereum. Brad Garlinghouse is in charge of the Ripple team, and Trump and his team have been doing a lot of promotion, hyping up the product, trying to increase its value. So yes, all of these cryptos have specific people responsible for making the value of them increase. And again, Bitcoin is different here. There's no group or entity responsible for Bitcoin. That's part of what people mean when they say that Bitcoin is decentralized. It just doesn't have anyone responsible for it. So bottom line, it's pretty obvious that most cryptocurrencies are securities, at least according to the Howey test. And this is important because the way that the US law works, when anyone creates a new security and wants to issue it to the public, it requires a lot of approvals and disclosures to help ensure that people aren't being scammed. Is the process perfect? No, it's actually pretty flawed, but it's better than nothing, and it does give investors at least some basic assurances. But the point is, all of these crypto companies bypassed all of these requirements, issued their cryptocurrencies directly to the public, and Gary Gensler came after them. And these crypto companies didn't like that at all. So in retaliation, they raised a lot of money and donated to a lot of political candidates on both sides of the aisle so that they could get Gary Gensler out and replace him with a more friendly SEC chair that wouldn't classify cryptocurrencies as securities. And they succeeded big time. And if Trumpcoin is any indication of what the next 4 years might hold, then it looks like a lot of people are going to launch a lot more cryptocurrencies with the hopes of raking in as much cash as possible. So get ready, because it looks like the next 4 years are going to be a golden era of grift in the crypto industry. With the launch of Trumpcoin, everyone has just been given a free pass to make their own cryptocurrency and sell it to the public. And the people that aren't educated in the space are at high risk to lose a lot of money.
Melania Trump has entered the cryptocurrency world with her own meme coin, Melania. Announced just before Donald Trump's second inauguration, Melania shared the news on X, inviting people to purchase the coin.
Well, that didn't take long. It looks like Melania just created a meme coin too, and the market cap has already pumped to $5 billion. And not only that, it looks like new crypto czar David Sachs has created a crypto coin too, though he says he's not affiliated with his. I have no idea if that's true. The next 4 years are about to be so insane. Listen, at the end of the day, this video is for educational purposes, and the main point that I want to get across is that there is a huge difference between Bitcoin and all of these other cryptocurrencies that I'm sure will be popping up in the near future. Bitcoin is a neutral asset. Nobody has control over the network, and when you enter into it, you are treated the exact same as everybody else. It's completely fair. Nobody was given their Bitcoin for free or at a discount, and it's designed to grow in value over time. And all these other cryptocurrencies, well, to put it bluntly, they're rigged. They're designed to enrich small groups of people, and when you buy them, you're making yourself the target. There's a popular saying in the Bitcoin community, most people shitcoin before they Bitcoin. And you know what? I'm no exception. When I first got into Bitcoin, I got caught up in the mania and I bought a number of stupid cryptocurrencies because I didn't know any better. And you know what happened? I got burned. I remember I bought a whole bunch of IOTA at like $5 per coin because some guy on YouTube made it sound like it was a really good project. And you know what happened? It went down like 99%. It turns out that the IOTA team pre-mined 2.5 billion of their own token and dumped them hard on people like me. But you know what? I learned my lesson. I became an expert on Bitcoin and I'm better off for it. And if you have to lose some money buying meme coins in order to learn that they're a really bad deal, you know what? Go for it. It's your life. But if you can learn from my mistakes without making them yourself, that's even better. Trust me, study Bitcoin. And once you learn enough, you'll be racing to get as much of it as you can. I've never met anyone who understands Bitcoin that isn't buying it obsessively. But seriously, study it first. Investments don't tend to go well when you don't understand what you're investing in, Bitcoin included. At the end of the day, the free market is going to sort everything out eventually, and I just want to help you avoid scams and be as educated as possible. What do you guys think about Trumpcoin? Let me know in the comments. And don't get too political. This isn't a red team, blue team video. The people in charge of all of these crypto scams, they're donating to Republicans and Democrats pretty evenly. If you like this video, give me a like and subscribe so that you can stay updated next time I upload a video. And if you want to become an expert on Bitcoin, check out my book, What is Bitcoin? Your First Step Down the Rabbit Hole. It's really the best book for anyone looking to become an expert in Bitcoin. That's it for today, you guys. I'll see you all for the next one. I'm out.